Well, hello there. Cheryl Bishop here, founder of Resilient Women in Business. And I have an amazing and beautiful Tina is here with me. She is a Resilient Women in Business member. Welcome, Tina.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, my pleasure. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you and our little interview here in a sense of letting anyone that's listening a little bit more about what you have to offer. So, Tina, I'd like to ask the first question, and that is, can you share with us what your business is about?
Absolutely. I'm excited to tell everyone what my business is about. I am a podcaster and love the interviews of real life people with their real life stories each and every week. It's very passionate, very dear to my heart, and every week is a different type of story for each of my listeners. But I created an app and a membership program that puts your life all in one place in preparation of any unpredictable circumstance while taking the painful aftermath out of any tragedy. And we all know, especially during 2020 and 2021, how many tragedies and how much COVID has hit all of our hearts.
Tina, it's funny that we're talking about this today because I just had a conversation with someone that she was sharing her brother and her were very, very close, extremely close. They talked about everything, but one thing they didn't talk about is what happens if he passed away. And then he died in unfortunate circumstances, and she realized, I don't even know if he wants to be cremated. I don't know anything. We never discussed that. And she says, what's fascinating here is my entire family, we never talked about for us to be prepared for when things happen.
And it's not even to be prepared for death, it's prepared for being in a coma or being in the hospital during COVID all by yourself for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, we hear it every week on the news. It could be a wildfire that takes your home, and everybody's running around at the last minute taking photos because you have 5 minutes to evacuate. So it's all of those things, all of them. Losing your wallet. What's in your wallet? Does anyone know that's listening right now? Could you open up your wallet and tell me what's in it? Or just being there with the person and feeling um, at least at ease with
Mm.
being present, having no regrets to be there present with that person, to be in recovery with them, to a brain injury, to death, being there for the person as well as the family and friends. Very, very important.
Very important. I agree. It's just fascinating how we take a lot of things for granted in a sense. We just keep going and think, it's not going to happen to me. But honestly don't know what's going to happen to us. We really don't know. I have a cousin who's in Kelowna, and her husband split up for a while. So she was renting this place. And then there was a fire. And thankfully, her and her daughter got out and they're safe. But that was something she certainly was not expecting.
No.
Right? So there goes a whole bunch of memories and all these things that she was like, because she just wasn't in her realm. She just needed a place to live while they were figuring things out. And yeah, we just never know. We never know what can happen. So
No.
Tina, can you share with us? So why did you start your business?
I was in the insurance business. I'm a financial advisor by trade, a best-selling author of In the Blink of an Eye, emergency preparedness coach, and it hit me very close to home when a dear friend of mine ended up in the hospital with a cough, but ended up to have stage 4 lung cancer, and
Mm.
she was never going to come out of the hospital again. And so she was there 6 weeks, and every week I went to visit her with a nice cup of hot tea. And it was very disheartening and very discouraging and frustrating to see someone really disintegrate in front of your eyes.
Mm.
And every time the elevator doors would go open, I would have to take a deep breath and realize what kind of state had she gotten to this week. Um, it was crazy on the debilitation of someone that you thought was so healthy, and going right to, we went outside and sat outside in the patio. And she said, Tina, I just want to see the sky. I just want to feel the breeze on my face. I just want to hear the birds sing. I just want to have those little things in life. And I touched her arm and I said, you are here now, and it can it can change your life by being present with the person that needs you most, because you can't, if you've done no planning and no preparation, and you don't know where anything is, and you're not present with that person because you're thinking, oh my God, have they done the accounting? Where is their will? Where are their bank accounts? Have they left a key for somebody? Where's their bills to be paid? Like, you have this mass of stuff going on in your head, and you cannot be present with that person if you are worrying about all the other stuff. And that's what I want to take away, is being prepared, because Mike Tyson always says the lesson before the emergency is the planning. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
you never know when that punch is coming.
So true. So true. Wow. I love that story. Thank you for sharing. And I'm so, my heart goes out to you losing a friend. And it's so true. We just don't know. We just don't know what can happen. And that's where it's really, I love how you say be present, because we need to be present and share the love, and no matter what somebody's going through, is totally to be present for them. And yeah.
Well, when you are present and you can share the love, that's how someone can recover.
Mm.
They did a survey. They did a research project of these two twins that weren't doing well, that had been born prematurely. One was weaker than the other. And once the nurse decided to put the two babies together and they held on to each other, that's when the other one improved.
Wow, that just proves it again and again, that when we are part of a community or part of something bigger than us, and that we got the love and support, that we really can blossom as a human being. So perfect example of that. One brother loving another.
Yep, you can
Wow.
do
Oh,
anything.
yes. Anything. Thank you for sharing that. So, who would be your ideal client, for anyone that's listening and wondering? Who would be your ideal client?
Well, my ideal client is actually anyone, because there's no time but the present to be prepared for the unexpected. But I really try to work on just the 40 to 65 mark, because those are the people that can have that family conversation with your parents. You can have that family conversation with your brothers and sisters, as well as your own partner, and really sit down with my membership program, my worksheets, and fill them out with a pen and a paper, and really understand what does the other person want, so that you're not only prepared for yourself, but you're prepared for what could occur in your family's situation as well. Because believe it or not, something happens to them, you've got all this crap that you have to try and figure out.
Yes. And when you
So,
don't know where to start and there's no plan, you're really stressed out. When there is a plan and okay, we've gone through this motion, so there are answers.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, your whole business and everything is so needed in the marketplace, because I think society teaches us to just keep going, but not, I mean, most of us buy insurance for this, insurance for that, but we don't, do we ever really talk? I mean, some families maybe they do, but I don't think majority of families talk.
No.
Do you want to be cremated? Do you not? Like, I have to remind my husband, all organs. If something happens to me whenever, God forbid, but whatever was to happen, any of my working organs, if it can help another human being, that's where it should go. I don't need anybody to spend a ton of money when my body's dead. Like, you know what I mean? But without me constantly reminding him, he may even forget. So it's
Yeah.
good to have a process of writing it all down, having it all filled out so everybody, there is no question.
Well, not only that, but you could both be in an accident.
Mhm.
And then who knows? Who
Mhm.
knows what you wanted?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Well, thank you so much. This has been so very important, I think, for anyone that's listening. So, my last question for you is, because you're a part of Resilient Women in Business and you're a member, I would love to just know, what do you love about Resilient Women in Business?
I love a lot of things about resilient women in business, but being a part of it gives me to be part of something. We
Mm.
all love to be part of a tribe. With your backup plan, we have a tribe. With resilient women, we have our own tribe. And it's beautiful because we can meet outside of the normal networking meetings, and we can meet, and it's always like we're bringing our friends back together. And not only that, but there's planning. And if you don't have a plan in your business and you don't have accountability in your business, then you are not going to progress successfully at a rapid rate, because love, planning, and being a part of something will encourage you to be the best person that you can be. And
Mm.
what I love about resilient women.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I love it. I love this conversation. So we would like to keep this short. I would love to keep going, but for those of you that are watching, absolutely, the links are in the YouTube to reach out to Tina and check out her backup plan. It is so important to have a plan, a system. So there's no guessing, there's no stress, in a sense of you've already discussed it, what needs to happen, because we just don't know what's going to happen in life. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody that is in the hospital, I'm sure, says, I wasn't expecting this. So, it's called life, and we just don't know what can happen. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, Tina, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here today and sharing, why you got involved in your business and some ideas about letting people know what your business is. I totally appreciate it. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Resilient Women. And thank you, Cheryl, for having me on today.
Awesome. Awesome. You're welcome. So goodbye, everybody.